Hello, I'm John. Welcome back to the channel. We're at the site of Thurgoland railway station. That way is looking down towards Sheffield Victoria. And if I just turn you around, that will be looking up towards Manchester, up through Penistone, through the Woodhead tunnels. This is a line which was electrified in 1954, I believe. We know it as the Woodhead Route. It was opened by the Sheffield, Ashton-under-Lyne and Manchester Railway in 1845, along with the line. Unfortunately, by the end of 1847, less than 2 years after opening, it closed along with two other stations along this line. Now if we look carefully here, we can just see a recess. That's where the signal box sat. Now that controlled the goods sidings, seen on the map here, which survived far longer than the station. Now what we've come to look at, if we look on the map, see that curve going off to the north, that's a 2-mile branch which followed this route up to Stanhope Silkstone Colliery. But you just see where the rocks have been blasted away. Now following this line of trees, it then went up a substantial incline. Now we're unsure at this point whether it was rope hauled with an engine house at the top or whether it was a funicular. If you look on the map, just at the side of Halifax Road there, we'll see a small building. Now we're unsure if that was connected with the railway or if it were a farm building. So we'll have a walk up there and see if we can see where it went under the road. We're now up on Halifax Road. This line of trees in front of me is where the trap bed climbed up. It's in a cutting, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It went under the road here. Been partially infilled and built on just here. This is where the bridge went under the road. I don't think there's any evidence of the arch. It's all been infilled, look. If we have a look on the other side, in this field, again it's been infilled and returned to farming. This is where the bridge would have been. And the cutting would have followed a route more or less in front of us now. We'll go and pick the line up the other side of this field. Managed to pick the trap bed up, bottom end of the field we've just seen. It is pretty well overgrown for this part. However, looks like it does open out a little bit. Follow it a little bit more. We are on a bit of an embankment here, you see down the fields there. It soon opens out here. Quite a bit of stone lying around here. Perhaps a bridge has been demolished sometime. Not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but you can still see sleeper indents here in the ground. We can just see the remains of a rotted out wooden sleeper here, look. So to give you some idea whereabouts we are, those houses we can see in the distance there are on the fir tree estate. And again, you can see a few more sleeper indents just there. This section looks a little bit impassable, so we'll pick it up further along. This track we're on runs alongside the track bed. It's just there to our left. Just had a look through the trees there. And the track bed is in a bit of a cutting. I don't know if you can see on the camera. It's in a fair old cutting. There's a bit of work being done here on the track bed. Looks like it's been used for drainage. Is it? Yeah, been used as a drainage ditch. We've now picked up the line of the track bed. There's been a bit of infill, to be fair, because where we're walking now would have been in a cutting. It does look quite recent, this work. Like I said, that drainage ditch has been put in down the side. So that's where we've just walked from. Like I said, we're following the line of the track bed. It would have been in a cutting. This substantial retaining wall survives. And just in front of us, where the track bed went under the road. That's the line of the track bed there. There's no evidence of any bridge. We've had a good look around. and beyond here it's fenced off with barbed wire. You can just see the trap bed there, a bit of an infill, but fortunately there's a footpath runs alongside it, so we'll see if we can pick it up a little bit further on. Yeah, we've managed to get down on the trap bed, look. I think this is the trap bed level. Don't look like it's very well used, to be fair. Also looks like it could flood after heavy rain. Still a bit spongy underfoot, to be fair. We're soon into a fairly deep cutting, and you'll see there the sides. I think we are taking a bit of a curve to the right. It does become quite heavily wooded just here. Unfortunately, it's fenced off again as private property, so what we'll do, we'll pick it up further along. I don't know if you can see the embankment just in that line of trees there. That's a trap bed coming towards us. You see how high the embankment is. Unfortunately it's still on private land, so we'll not go on there. It brings us to a little bridge here. We'll just nip down and have a look at that. I think it's just a farmer's access. If we look, just look over there, we can just see some hinges which would have supported a gate at one time. Nice little bridge built in stone, look. So you can see how overgrown this bit is, so we'll take a bit of a detour. We'll pick it up further along. Back on the public footpath now, and you'll see the embankment. We'll follow it, see if we can pick it up down here. So the line of the trap bed is marked by that line of trees, just to the side of these little fellas. You coming to say hello? I've got any food for you. So we're back into a bit of a shallow cut in here, as we can see. A few low-lying branches to be aware of here. This is the point where the track went under the road, under Stone Bridge. Now we can see there, it's all been infilled, so I'm not expecting finding any remains whatsoever of the bridge. Just a little bit of the stonework here leading up to it. I think that's all we're going to see, to be fair. I say it's all been infilled. We pick up the track bed just at the side of Hollingmoor Road as we head up towards the site of Stanhope Silkstone Colliery. And the pit would have sat in the area in front of us here. This pit closed in 1899, so to be fair, we're not expecting to see any remains. It's all been returned to farming now. So while we're around here, if you have a look on that last map, down in the woods, there's a number of mine workings. So we've had a good rummage round. We've had about 30 minutes looking around. We can't see any evidence. It's probably the wrong time of year, to be fair, but it just shows how busy this area was regarding industry back in the day. We can see mine workings, we can see lime kilns, coke ovens. It must have been quite a busy area. You won't think so looking at it today. So before we leave, I'd just like to give a mention to my good friend Dave Cherry. He gave me a lot of information regarding this line, so thanks for that, Dave. I'll put a link to his channel up there. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.